Hi friends, I'm Jennifer Anderson with Uptown Common. In this video, we're going to talk about something we observe frequently. It's quite foundational to your success. So it's worth thinking about before you start doing markets, or maybe to spend some downtime reviewing if you've already started doing markets. And a simple shift in your mindset and your thinking may be enough, or a little bit of effort may be enough to make the difference. We see many vendors at all different types of events who don't seem to care. They sit behind a table or in a corner and read a book, or scroll through their phone, social media, I don't know what they're doing, games, whatever. We also see people who just throw a table out with a plastic party tablecloth on it. It doesn't go to the floor. They set some things out, lay them flat on top of the table. There's no display. There's no business name visible to the people, the customers, as they're walking by. You can see the totes or the boxes that they use to bring all their stuff in underneath the tables, because the tablecloths don't go to the ground. It's always interesting to see this, because we know they paid money to be there. Very few markets don't have a booth fee. We also know that they put in some effort in getting their product or making the items. We know that they went to the hassle of setting up. We know that they're gonna sit there all day, or have sat there all day, and they're gonna have to pack up. And it always makes me wonder why they would do all those things and not care about interacting with their potential customers, or care about displaying their items in a way that draws people in and also reflects how they want their business and themselves and their products to be received by the people who will buy them. What you should keep at the top of your mind when you're designing a booth space, reviewing what you've been doing with looking for some changes, is that your booth is your temporary storefront. And just think about it for a second. Wouldn't you rather shop at a store that you know the name of, that has everything nicely displayed, and the employees seem to at least acknowledge you when you walk in the door, or if you walk past them in an aisle or something, they say hi, they ask you if you need anything. How are you enjoying the market, the show, the whatever, you expect that when you go into most places. And so that needs to carry over into your booth space as well. If you think about it as well, people who choose to shop handmade, shop local, shop small, which are what markets are usually. If you are going to artisan markets and handmade markets and all that, that's what people, even farmers markets, that's what people are there for, is to shop handmade and to shop local and to shop small. And they're looking to build a relationship with the people who are making the things that they like. Whether it's a consumable thing or a one-time purchase type thing, they want to know the story, they want to know your story, they want to see what you do, and they want to interact with you. And the cool thing is you can do that. Walmart, Target, all those places can't. They can't do that. They just have workers, people that work hourly to, and maybe care, don't care, different amounts or whatever. And I know a major part of, or we know, everyone knows, a major part of doing markets is making sales. However, an almost equally important part is creating awareness of your business and your brand and what you offer and who you are, so that people can find you online after the market's over. They can find you online far in the future, that they can come see you at other markets, and all of that. It's creating an awareness, a brand. And if they don't know your business name is, if they can't see that, if their interaction with you is nothing, they just see you sitting at the back in your camp chair, they're not going to remember you. They're not going to remember your business name. They're not going to remember your products. It's kind of just like I don't even know. I mean, it's just kind of unfortunate, really, that you had an opportunity, or they were looking for an opportunity, and a lot of these vendors didn't take that opportunity to engage those customers or potential customers. And you know, if they can't remember you, if they don't know your business name, if they can't think of, you know, what you do or even anything, it's probably not likely that they're going to take the extra steps to find you on social media, to join your email newsletter, to come see you at your next pop-up, to order things online, to tell other people about your products. You know, if they don't even know who you are and they didn't really have an interaction with you. For us, it's become quite normal for us to be recognized wherever we go. We just tried to think of last year, we're now in 2023, and 2022, we were trying to think of, out of the 50, I don't know, 5 or so markets that we did last year, how many someone didn't know us. And we came up with none, really. So, I mean, it doesn't take that long. We're only a few years into this, so it is a long game, but to become known, if you have a good display and you interact with people, it doesn't take that long, right? These little changes can make big differences in a very short amount of time. And part of the reason that we believe this is true is because our sign is, our business name is front and center, and our booth matches the brand. So so does our name. It all goes together, and we take a whole bunch of care into how we display the items and figuring out the best things. In fact, we ordered special. We couldn't find any, like literally there are none in the United States that we could find to hold Grant's coasters display pieces. So we don't want to lay them flat, that's not good. So we looked at all different kinds of options. We called manufacturers, and so we had to order some from the United Kingdom so that we could best display his product, and it worked. It made the difference. So when we went from not having them to having the rotating display piece that the coasters can fit in, it made all the difference in selling the coasters. So we've experienced this ourselves, and we keep tweaking and we keep looking, and how can this work better, and how can that work better? And we never sit down in our booth. We don't even take chairs with us or a stool or anything for, 3 years now. We've never taken anything to sit on. We're always standing and moving around and talking with people, and at least for sure the people that come in our booth, and even the people who walk by, just saying hi if we can, and catching their eye and asking them a simple question like, oh, I like the piece you have in your hand, where did you get that from? Or are you enjoying the market today? I mean, just basic things. It doesn't have to be a full-blown conversation, but just to acknowledge that they're near your stuff, and to even draw attention to it, because they might just walk by, then maybe we're distracted, all sorts of different things. At a market, there's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people potentially, and a lot of things for them to see. So by you approaching them, saying things to them, having a booth that's memorable, so if they need to come back and find you again, they can. These are all very important things for your success doing markets and pop-ups and those types of things. But I mentioned stools a little bit ago. I'll go back to that for a second. I know that not everybody can stand for the duration of a market, that we can and we do, but not everyone can do that. And so I would suggest, to think through, for people who need a place to sit, do you have to sit the whole time? is it possible for you to stand for part of the time and just sit maybe when no one is nearby? Because there's ebbs and flows in markets. Can you just sit during those times? Could you get a stool so that you're sitting, and if someone walks by or into your booth, you're more at eye level with them instead of sitting in a camp chair, which makes you even more lower to the ground than even a regular chair. You know, if you can get closer to their eye level, that's going to be better. For everybody, less awkward for them and for you. Can you perhaps put your stool behind a checkout counter type thing so that, you know, you're not taking up booth space, you're not setting up your booth in a way that's just a table in the front and your chairs in behind it. You know, people just walk past, they can't walk in to your booth space. You know, think about things like that. Think about how it could be situated so that it's not obvious that you have a chair there, or if, like I said, get a stool and put it in a place that makes sense. And so you don't take away display space, because you only get 10 by 10, sometimes less. And you really, if you have good products and good display pieces, you really want to use all that space that you do have for your product, not so much for your chairs. So that's an addendum to the stool or sitting issue. Also, it's easy to just scroll through your phone when you're bored. You know, if there's a lull, which happens at markets in a downtime, make sure you're paying attention to what's going on around you. You're not ignoring people. So just keep aware of that. You can say it's for work if you need to do business and you have somebody with you. Maybe step outside of your booth, go around the corner to send the email or make the phone call or to text or to post or whatever you're doing. Don't do it in your booth where you might be ignoring some of your customers or potential customers. So in the end, though, all this will look like, it'll look different depending on your business and your brand and the size of your booth and all. You know, there's lots of variables in how this can look. But when you're creating your vision for your booth or refining it, if you already have a booth set up, just remember that your booth is your temporary storefront. So take it seriously. It doesn't stop with your products. It has to keep going. It needs to be reflected in your booth display and you as the maker and the seller. So I think you can do it. It's going to be great. If you have questions or comments, you can definitely comment. We have more videos coming, so keep watch and we'll talk to you soon.